I didn't get your name. Are you Mike Child? Richard. Hence my confusion. Yeah, you talk about irreversible climate change, running out of resources, we're doomed basically. I haven't read your book yet, Daniel, bought it yesterday, how it is good so far, but I think, identify more with Daniel's position that more economic growth will provide us with the means, through technology, human application of technology, to deal with these things. I don't know whether it's nuclear power, whether it's carbon sequestration, or whether it's space mirrors, or air capture and creation of fuels from maybe our pollution in the atmosphere. I can't see how cowering before nature, or also like finding some equilibrium with nature, or even like harmony. Nature is not harmonious. It spends all its time eating itself and shitting all over itself. It's only us that can make sense of it and even save nature.
For me, it was a little bit like hearing somebody from the last century trying to urge people to sort of go to war or invade another country through aggression. And nothing you said takes any form of responsibility of the actual disaster that this growth of economic boom seems to be leading us all. I mean, more stuff. I mean, what about the growth of waste? Where are we going to put it? How are we going to sustain the poisoning of the world? And more cars and roads. And there's going to be no land to sort of grow any plants. We're going to be living on pills. You know, we're going to be put into very small plastic boxes. And in the end, I think that's what we'll become. We'll just become plastic robots. You know, sort of sucking on plastic straws. I don't see that you've talked about management of economic and taken into any responsibility that we can't sustain this capitalist, unstoppable, seemingly, the way that you're putting it, incredibly masculine, I have to say. If we go into countries like India, and in the Middle East, I mean, you must have seen that the heavy bricks and stones that have been carried are on women's heads at 12 kilometres of carrying water in a desert, whilst the bourgeois people are getting very fat in India from their sort of 6% interest, whilst everyone else is sinking. They've expanded in their interest. You know, carried by women. In Pakistan, sort of hundreds and thousands of people are going to die from cholera. Antibiotics.
That's precisely why they need development.
But they're not, are they? I mean, we've given 60 million quid. You know, for what? Where's it gone? What does it do? So I'd like you to sort of take some responsibility for what your expansionist sort of philosophy, where it's going to take us.
I'd like to respond to Daniel. You seem to be confusing necessary with sufficient. I would say that economic growth has been sufficient to give benefits to some of mankind, but it's not necessary. Maybe you're offering Ferraris, whereas what I want is a train. This is more sustainable. Question I have is, are we discussing the economy or are we discussing financial economy? Or what's the difference between economy and finance?